Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you to this group therapy session to talk about what is going on within everyone's lives and how we can help to alter it. Before we begin introducing ourselves, I would like to ask you guys a question. How many of you have seen someone either at a restaurant or in a public setting and before hearing anything about them immediately begin to judge the person based on the way they dress or the way they look? Exactly. This is a major problem within our world today that almost everyone does. We here are going to try to get away from that tonight. This is what we call the fundamental attribution error. It's allowing ourselves to judge someone without knowing what is going on in their lives and the struggles they are facing. So please, I ask that by looking around the room and after hearing everyone's stories, you do not make judgments towards that person or what they are dealing with in their life. Perfect. Let's get started. Please tell us your name and a little bit about what problems you have been facing lately. Let's start with you.
Hello, my name is Quinn. I've been noticing lately my grades and the information I've been learning has slowly been decreasing as the semester has went. In the beginning of the semester, I was doing very well in all my classes and understood everything I was learning. Then one weekend, I decided to bring my PlayStation to school. I often sit in my room and attempt to study now, but then I just end up playing video games.
Would you say that in a night, you spend more time playing video games than studying the material in your classes?
Definitely.
So tell me if I'm right. Since you brought your PlayStation to school, you have spent less time on your studies, which is causing a decrease in your grades?
Yes, I guess you could say that.
Your problem consists of two variables, which we call the independent and dependent. This explains that as one of your habits change, it changes the outcome of your situation. In your case, studying would be your independent variable, while the average of your grades is the dependent variable. If you want your dependent variable to go up, this depends on how much of your independent variable is going on.
That's true. I would say on average I spend about 5 hours of my day playing video games, while I only spend about 1 to 2 studying each day. I guess that I need to change and make my study time more than the amount that I play video games.
Exactly. What you should focus on doing is shaping the behaviors that you're currently doing. Shaping allows for you to slowly begin to get away from the behaviors you don't want to do to increase what you are doing. So, you could look at your video game time as a reward for your studying time. Say for every hour you study, you get 15 minutes of video game time. Slowly, you will begin to study more, but still play your video games for a couple hours. This allows for an increase in studying, which should increase your grades.
Wow. That all makes sense to me. I'm going to use all this in hopes to see my grades increase.
Let's move on to the next person. Tommy, is that correct?
Yes, it is. I also struggle with video games, but affecting more of my social interactions in a negative way, leading me to act out in public in violent ways, just like the people in the games.
Tell me more about this. When did this all start?
As a child, I used to watch my father and older brother play these games, along with very violent movies. As I grew older, I began to get more involved in these, and they are now affecting my life extremely. I tend to have outbursts that can last up to a week or even more.
So, it sounds like as a child you had some issues that are affecting your life, and affecting you now from having a normal life. We call these experiences as a child risk factors. Having all of the violent content in your life is carrying over to adulthood, causing you to be more violent now. You described that you have frequent outbursts. Can you describe them a little more?
I tend to get very fidgety to the point where I can't sit still, especially in class, along with not being able to focus on what I'm learning. Within the same week, I find myself having these problems. I tend to go and spend lots of money on more violent movies and games. Once I had such a bad outburst that I got hospitalized because of it.
Did the hospital suggest that you see a doctor regarding these outbursts and thoughts?
Yes, they did, but I never thought I would need to.
Judging by what you have told me about these outbursts and what occurs during them, I believe that they could be a manic episode. Manic episodes occur in most people who have bipolar disorders. This is something you should really get looked at. They will most likely prescribe either an antipsychotic or an anticonvulsant to help control these outbursts. You should probably take care of this before you tend to lash out and hurt the ones you love.
I guess you're right. I never thought it was that serious. Do you think you can give me the numbers and the name of some of these psychologists?
I sure can. See me right after and I'll give them to you. Moving on to the last, but finally not least.
Hi, my name's Allie. I have always been a very shy person throughout my life. Back at home, it was always just my mom and I, since my dad moved out. I didn't have very many friends in high school, and still don't since I came here. I was very nervous when I got to college to meet my new roommate because I didn't really know what kind of person she was going to be.
And what kind of person would you say she is?
The complete opposite of me. She's very outgoing and always has friends over. She's a very open person and can make friends with anyone she meets. I want to be like her, but I don't really know how to.
So it sounds like you are an introvert while your roommate is an extrovert.
Exactly.
And you want to be more like her?
Yes, but I'm not sure how to.
What I'm getting from this is that since extroversion is part of the Big Five theory, you want to adapt your characteristics to be more like her. Ways that you could start is talking to the people who your roommate has over. I'm sure they will like you very much. Also, so that you can have time and quiet like you used to have, try setting a schedule of when these people can come over. This causes you to be more personable while also still being shy and secluded.
You actually think they'll like me?
I know they will. Just be yourself.
I never thought that I could be like them. Thank you so much for all the help and advice you've given me during this session.
You're very welcome. Through this session today, we have talked about a lot of things that can stress college kids out today. So please, try to take care of yourselves and your bodies by eating healthy, exercising regularly, and getting plenty of sleep. This will keep your organs and cells working properly and keep your glial cells doing their jobs also to protect and facilitate your neuron function. Does anyone else have any questions?
I'm good.
Nope.
I'm all set.
Then I think this session is over. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
You are very welcome. Please, if you ever have any more problems, don't be afraid to come back and ask for more help.
I was doing very well in all my classes. Everything I was learning. Hello, my name is Blank. I have been noticing this to me. I'm going to use all this in hopes to see my grades increasing.
Look easily.